Declan, good to see you.
You too.
Can you give us some insight into what it's like in the England camp right now? You know Gareth so well. You're getting to know Thomas. How's it different?
He's really good, actually. He's really, really good. The energy's really good. Training's been amazing. The energy in training's been really, really top. The manager addressed that on the first day after the first session. There was a group of boys that were doing like a recovery session because it was on. We played on the Sunday. On the Monday they were training, and we watched that and we was like, wow, like this is top tempo, really, really sharp. And then Thomas addressed it that night. So I think that's been the theme of the whole week. Really, the energy's been there. It's been really, really good. And obviously, first time working with Thomas, he's really energetic, cares so much about his players. And ultimately, we have one goal, which is obviously to get to the World Cup, and you know we want to add the second star onto the shirt. And I think he's been massive on that. So yeah, look, we're all on the same page, and we're all together on that.
It was 6 years yesterday. I don't know if anybody's mentioned this to you.
Yeah, I see it.
You've seen it somewhere, have you?
Yeah.
That you made your England debut against the Czech Republic.
The hair's better, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything.
No, you can.
I'm glad you said that. You're a young lad back then.
I know, it's scary.
I mean, look, how much do you think in what way do you think you've changed, and in what way do you think this England squad's changed? 'Cause it strikes me both have changed an awful lot.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've grown so much as a player and as a person in that time. I've played with so many players. I think 6 years ago, I remember ex-pros like they're retired now when I was at West Ham telling me, Dec, enjoy your career because it goes so quick. And already it's 6 years in an England shirt. Like, it goes so fast. It's taught me to just cherish every moment. You know, to play for England's the biggest thing that you can do. And it's been one of the best journeys that I've ever had. And as a group, I think I've learnt so much playing. Obviously, we've lost 2 finals, which has obviously been really tough to take. But the journey along the way and the experiences I've had, you know, will stick with me for life. And I think with Thomas now, with this new era, obviously new, young, exciting players coming through, there's still so much more to come. And yeah, I think you're going to keep seeing the best of us and the best of each other.
Hi, Declan.
Hey.
Thomas has said a lot about the style that he wants to implement. Has it made much of a difference to what you have to do on the pitch, or how have you found it?
Yeah, it's the way he wants his midfielders to play is very similar to how I have it at club. So it's not been too much different in terms of putting a lot of emphasis on playing through the number 6, you know, playing to the number 8s. We haven't had a lot of time to train just because of obviously scheduling with lads being on different programmes. So over time, you know, we're going to be able to get his style much, much more. But the other night, in terms of passing the ball really well. Obviously, Albania didn't press us as high as we probably wanted and what we'd set up for. But we passed the ball really well. There was a lot of things there that he was happy with, but stuff that for sure we can keep improving on. So over time, I think you're going to see a team that's, you know, Thomas's team, you know, like how he really, really wants to work. So as long as we keep getting that time on the training pitch and keep connecting together, I think it'll be really good.
Harry Kane scored his 70th goal the other night in 104 games. Obviously, you've played with him for a long time. An incredible record. When he's in the team, does it just give you that extra belief that whatever competition you can go to, you can achieve anything, really?
For sure. He's insane. Honestly, if you've seen him train, I've seen him train now for so long. I've seen him play so many games for England, and the amount of times he's bailed us out with a goal or scored a hat-trick or scored a brace. The other night, what was good about that goal for me as well was how he took the touch, waited for the defender to come across, then created the space. Not a lot of people would think like that, and that was just top level. And he's been doing that at Bayern Munich now. I think he's close to 100 goals for them in 2 seasons overall. So he scored 70 for England. He's an unbelievable guy, great captain, and I'm sure he's looking at the 100 mark for England. So I think he can get that for sure.
Hello.
Hello, you're right.
I'm good, thank you. Thomas has just said the one thing he loves about his job is building that connection with players. We know he's a serial winner. You'd probably think it's the tactics, the structure. So how has he been building that with you?
I think just how he is as a person, like his whole character. He's been amazing, like on the training pitch, how he puts his arm around you, like just makes you feel loved and, you know, welcome. And as a player, I think that's such a like special thing to feel loved by your manager. It gives you the confidence to go out there and, you know, really, really perform. And he's done that with a lot of players this week. And honestly, the lads are buzzing off him. And the way training's been, it's been really high level. The energy's been really high. And that comes from him, because of how he is as a character, his charisma. So yeah, I think it's only been the first week, but it's definitely exciting times, and for sure we can all keep improving in that sense as well.
That arm around you is probably a bit surprising because he's been very direct in some approaches and what he's talked to us about. And what was quite surprising is him giving you all permission to be direct to one another and to hold each other account. I think you can be quite direct anyway, so we were probably quite surprised to hear that. But is that a reality? Being given that permission allows for more honesty in the dressing room?
Yeah, that's what we've spoken about in terms of putting more ownership on each other, demanding more for each other, because we all get on so much as a team. We're like a group of best mates. But to win and to be the best, sometimes you need to have uncomfortable conversations on the football pitch, and he's been really big on that in terms of pushing each other more. If there's something that needs to be said, say it, because it's not a personal thing, it's just to help the team and to help us improve, and he's put real emphasis on that. So yeah, he's been really good in that sense, and definitely with me, I've not always had to have uncomfortable conversations with people because I get on with everyone. But it's definitely somewhere I can improve in my game. That's an off the pitch thing in terms of pushing people more and demanding more of others. And it's the same for the whole group. If we want to win, you need everyone buying into that and being able to push each other.
Hello, Raymond from Latvian TV. The Latvian players, there need to be extra introduction about what is England and English players. But what do you know about Team Latvia and Latvia in general, and maybe some insight what Latvian players should be expecting against England in Wembley Stadium?
Yeah, I see the result the other night. Obviously, Latvia won 1-0, but I actually have a story because one of the Latvian players who's on the bench, he's a goalkeeper called Riyad Markovic. I stayed with him. He was at West Ham with me as a kid, and we lived together in a house. It's called like Digs. That's what the nickname for it is when you're an academy player, you stay in a house with another family, and we stay together. And he's from Latvia, and I see the other night that he was on the bench, so I'm really looking forward to seeing him because I've not seen him for years. So yeah, look, it's going to be another tough game. Obviously, they won their first game. I know they played a 5 at the back, so it's down to us to break that down. Obviously, I think it's our first time in ages that we're going to be playing Latvia, so it's going to be a good occasion. Obviously, we're back at Wembley, and we want to win 2 out of 2. So we need to be strong and keep pushing.
What means Wembley Stadium for England people, for English people, for English footballers, and what is your best memory from Wembley Stadium, maybe as a kid?
I think. Well, it's the home of football, really. It's the home where we get to walk out and play. Every time you walk out of Wembley, it's so special. Obviously, had some amazing experiences there. Had some bad ones in terms of losing the Euro final at Wembley, which was horrible. My best experience would be obviously making my debut at Wembley, which was a real special moment for me in my career. But for me, getting to play on that pitch every time, putting on the shirt, is the best feeling in the world.
Matis Timofejos, Latvian TV. One more time, please, Declan. Say something more about Rihards Matrovic, please. He was a number 1 goalkeeper when Paulo Nicolato started coaching Team Latvia.
Yeah.
Last game against Andorra was big surprise that he was on bench. Maybe some more memories. How good was Rihards back then, and what have you seen about him right now? Maybe he's playing in Latvia.
Yeah,
or haven't you seen anything?
It's crazy because when he comes. If he starts tomorrow, you'll see he's about 7'5". He's so tall, and I remember, honestly, I'm not lying. He's so tall, and I remember him when he come to West Ham. We was like, wow, this guy's a beast.
Sorry, in Latvia we call him King Kong.
King Kong, there you go. He's so tall, honestly, and he couldn't speak much English at the time, but by the end, his English was unbelievable, really good. Got on with everyone. We had a lot of times where we'd get free time. We'd go out for some food. We'd go to like Nando's in Romford because we stayed in Essex, and he'd have to duck down to get underneath the door. He's that tall. So he was such a good guy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him tomorrow because it's been a long time. And the other night, that was one of the first things I checked to see if he was involved, and obviously I see he was involved. So it'll be nice to see him on tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll get him greetings from you. And one short question. How important for you is to get know next opponent very well, or you're mainly thinking about yourself, your team?
Say that again, sorry?
how important for you is to get to know very well next opponent, or you're mainly thinking about yourself?
No, it's so important. You can't overlook anyone. We've done a lot of looking into Albania this week, and then yesterday and today we've done some meetings on Latvia already. I think you need to go into every game fully prepared, because every team has individual quality no matter who you're playing against. So tomorrow's a big game, you know. It's Thomas's second game. It's our second game under him. It's a chance to like improve again and get better. So yeah, we want to win, and we want to start off this group with 6 points, which would be a good start.
Declan, Harry Kane the other day spoke about the pressure he felt at the Euros. Probably that same pressure will be with you in America. You will be one of the favorites. How do you think you can improve with the experience you had at the Euros, coping with that pressure?
Yeah, I think that's one thing I've noticed playing for England. It's the biggest pressure you can have. You know, all eyes are on it. Everyone from the country comes together to support England. Obviously, we've lost 2 finals now, but we know as a group we can succeed and we can win. I think just learning from the Euros in the summer in terms of we didn't play our best, but we got to the final. That was a good sign, but in terms of now, we can be one of the best teams and go on and win it as well, for sure. So it's about sticking together, like I said, having a good group of core players that want to push each other. With the manager, he's not going to let us get away with anything. You know, he's going to be on us, and I think we need to keep pushing as a group because, like I said, it's an exciting time to be an England player with the World Cup coming up. It's going to be really good when we qualify, hopefully, and hopefully we do really well in the tournament, so we can see what happens.
Okay, 2 final ones. Start with Bobby.
Hi Declan. After the Albania game, you said you were mocked for saying that Myles Lewis-Skelly could be England's left back. He was pretty sensational on debut. Do you think he can make that position his own now?
Yeah, definitely. I see Myles, when he first broke into the team, I knew his talent straight away. He trained with us a lot last year at Arsenal, but obviously didn't really play. But I see his talent straight away. And then this year, the way he stepped up and matured over the summer, and then the way he's trained with us every day since, it's been incredible. The way he looks after himself, the way he prepares for matches. He's such a good kid, like such a good kid, and he's been brought up really well. His mum's unbelievable for him. She's such a nice lady as well. So it's no surprise that he's doing really well because he's got the right support network around him. He's got people at club that are pushing him. He's not too comfortable. He knows he needs to keep going. The other night when he knew he was starting, he didn't even know he was starting. No one knew the team until the day, but he just took it in his stride and he played how he'd done for Arsenal all season. And look, we have so many good left backs in the country. We can't not mention Lewis Hall, who's been unbelievable for Newcastle this year. Obviously, Shorey, he's been injured, but he's been unbelievable for England in an England shirt. You know, no one's guaranteed a starting place in the England team. You need to be on it every time you come here, and you need to be able to, you know, push to start. And Myles is only 18. You know, we can't put that emphasis on him straight away that he's going to be England's starter for the next 10 years. You don't want to put that pressure on him. Just let him keep playing, let him keep enjoying his football, and I'm sure you're going to keep seeing the best of him. And if he wants to keep being hungry and, you know, being the best he can be, he can definitely have a long England career for sure.
Okay, next question.
The first time you spoke after joining Arsenal, you spoke about Arteta's influence and like how obviously smart he was and how it impacted you as well. How's it been like, obviously, the first experience that you had with Tuchel in terms of like, let's say the tactics and like how he wanted to put you into the squad and implement your quality into the squad as well?
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. It's very similar to Mikel in a way in terms of how he wants to work and like the tactics he wants us to do. Like I said the other night, we set up for something different in terms of like we was expecting Albania to really press us high, and because they'd done that a lot in the Euros, and we'd worked on a lot in terms of how we're going to play out, and it was a lot of similar stuff in terms of club, in terms of me being in the right positions and the same positions as club. So everything that he's done has kind of come natural, not really as a shock, which has been really nice. But also he's putting more emphasis on us as well to take ownership on the pitch, which I really like in terms of if you see something that he hasn't spoken about, you know, you take ownership and you do it. And I think that's really, really good because, you know, you feel free on the pitch. If you see something, you know, you get it done, and as a group as well, you connect more. So I think he's been really, really good. And I think like I said, over the next few games, you're going to see us improving, you know, step by step. And the more chance we get on the grass, the better.
Okay, thanks everyone. We'll end it there. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. See you later.